ones. But let's get now to our first query, which comes in from Ramesh, who sent us an email saying, I have been actively trading for the last 2 years in various equity schemes. When I started trading initially, a few of my funds were through regular agents for 1 year. Is it appropriate to switch these regular funds to direct funds and save on expense ratio? Firoz?
I think, Avni, like Nitin's question, is specific to seeing whether he should continue his investments in the regular option or the direct option. There is a difference. To put things in perspective, what's the kind of difference we are speaking about is 1% on the equity mutual fund side, which becomes a sizable corpus over long periods of time when you're compounding the money. But I would certainly suggest taking advice on equity funds, because equity funds have a very diverse performance. The best scheme could have 20% more return than the worst scheme in the same fund house. So if I don't have an advisor, then I am risking 20 to save 1. So I personally think on the equity mutual fund side, you should have an advisor, because there is a lot of diligence which is required to choose the schemes, because there are 350 odd schemes, out of which you have to choose 5-6 of them. So the effort for a person to cull out the best scheme is immense. So I would rather have an advisor. That's what I would personally suggest. But 1%, like rightly pointed out by Nitin, is something which somebody should choose to save, provided he has the capability to monitor, choose the right scheme and monitor and be in the right ones and contemporary ones.
Right. Firoz, just one point I wanted to get your comments on. He says he's been actively trading for the last 2 years in various equity schemes. Now, to use the word trading along with equity mutual funds, it's quite, contrary, because that's not what you're really supposed to do when it comes to equity mutual funds.
Correct. I think it's counterintuitive. Mutual funds are long-term instruments which help create wealth, not create money. Right? Trading actually helps you make profits, not create wealth over long periods of time. So mutual funds are wealth-creating platform. So trading is the wrong nomenclature. Or if that is being done, then you should avoid it, because 1 year becomes your minimum time frame from an exit load perspective, which goes unnoticed by several investors. If you redeem a fund, generally on the equity category, you pay 1% an exit load when you move between schemes. So you should be very careful to buy and sell them within a year for sure, because there's a tax and a cost implication as well.
Okay, that's the outlook coming in on how exactly you should be looking at the direct versus regular.